So yesterday was a horrendous day for the crypto markets. Everything absolutely pile drived into the ground, and there was a reason for it. And it's from Terra Luna and their stablecoin, which is now very much not stable. So definitely be a bit worried about that. So what happened yesterday? We're talking about good Bitcoin going under 20, it went under 25,000 pounds for a wee while. It's come back up, only about 400 pounds. Ethereum is under 2,000 pounds just now, which is good. What else have we got? Solana is down at 56. It went down to 52 pounds I saw yesterday as well. But this is the worry one. Terra Luna USD is meant to be pegged to a dollar, and a dollar is 70 by 80 cents. In fact, hold on, we'll just look at the USD. It should be 80. Yep, there. It's at 72, and yesterday it went down to about 60 pence instead of 80 pence. So you're talking a huge amount off where it should be, and this caused a major issue. So Terra Luna or Terra USD is a stablecoin that is used in Terra Luna protocol, and that one has had a massive dump. That's lost 50% of its value in the last day because their stablecoin just wasn't very stable. So Luna bought loads of Bitcoin to back their stablecoin. Unfortunately, Bitcoin had a bit of a tumble. Terra USD, because a lot of people were trying to sell it, the liquidity of it started to drop, meaning that the actual value wasn't pegged to a dollar. It dropped. People freaked out, started selling more. It went down to, like, instead of 1 or 99.9 of a dollar, it went down to 98. And it was like, whoa, what's going on here? People tried to start selling, and because there was a rush on selling, that caused the price to drop even further. And because that dropped, Terra, whenever you sell the USD, UST, I think it is, yeah, UST, it burns it. It has to sell Terra Luna coin, and that meant that dropped, and there was a cascade effect going on. Additionally, a lot of people have been staking their Terra tokens, and they were like, oh, hold on, what's going on here? We want to get out. They had their tokens locked up in Anchor protocol, where they were getting huge APY, like 20% on stablecoins. Like, hey, I'm getting loads of money for just having money in here. But suddenly, if your stablecoin then drops and is not stable, you're not really saving anything here. So it's a bit of a bummer here. So people were trying to take their money out of the Anchor protocol. So that crashed as well. And also, there's so much trading going on. KuCoin, which there's a lot of trading on, couldn't send money, certainly UST, out for people to cash out. So in KuCoin, people do leverage trading, and so a lot of people got liquidated because they had over leveraged, because they didn't think a stable coin was going to dump or that Terra was going to dump so much. So it was just an absolute nightmare, and I think it's game over for Terra. The UST may make it back, but I think this has burnt so many people. We're talking literally billions of dollars have been lost. Terra Luna had to sell its collateral, its Bitcoin, to cover its drop in the stablecoin, which then meant Bitcoin. So there's more Bitcoin put on exchanges, and the price dropped as well. So it just meant that everyone's fallen out with Terra Luna. And as you can see, it's gone down 50% in the last day. I don't see this one coming back. So if we see here, it's at £24, 50% down in a day, and people had a lot of this. If we look at the last 180 days, it's below what it was almost half a year ago just now. It did go up to £80, maybe £90, £88. If we go for a year, if you go all the way back here, it was absolutely nothing because nobody was using it. And then they decided to bring out their stable coin, and then it got more useful. And then they started backing it by Bitcoin. They bought loads of Bitcoin, so that was all great. But then with this thing, this is such a dump. And what is a dump? Because people see a failure in the algorithmic stablecoin, which doesn't seem to be very algorithmic, that everyone's just like, no, stuff, this is too dangerous. Stablecoins are meant to be stable, and if you can't even have a stable stablecoin, what's the point of having it? I don't really want to be involved in this. So I don't see this coming back up much at all. Really, some people might try and cash out or try and get something back, but I don't see this having a bounce. So Terra Luna, which currently is at rank number 14, as of, what is this, the 10th of May just now. I don't think this is going to go anywhere. Yes, so its all-time high was £90. It's down a total of 73%, but 50% was just yesterday. Just in one day, it went from £49, and it went down to £20. That's more than 50% in one day, but it's come back up a little bit. I just don't see it going anywhere higher than this. Maximum £30, maybe it'll go back up to there, but I think it's just burnt too many people, and people have lost out too much, and people are just like, screw this, I'm going to go with another thing. I think along with that, so the other thing is that the UST still hasn't got back. So although Terra sold loads of Bitcoin to get collateral to create liquidity for their stablecoin, they haven't done enough to get it back up to 80 cents. Let's see where it is. Yeah, so it absolutely pile drive down to 55 pence. Remember, it should be at 80 pence. Yikes. And they've sold a lot to bring it back up to where it was. People definitely made money. If you bought it at the bottom there, cool. You've literally made money on a stable coin without even having to stake it or anything like that. Fantastic. Well done for you. I see this leveling off. Unless they sell more of their assets, which will dump Bitcoin. But I think people are just falling out with it. So UST, which was huge, and it was ranked number 10. Don't see it going back up the charts anywhere here again. I would also check out Anchor, because Anchor Protocol is where a lot of people had their UST. They're down 40% in a day. So a lot of people had their stuff in here, and it's the one thing about it is that its site here is like, frictionless access, no account freezes, no sign up requirements, blah blah blah. It's great, but unfortunately the network was so congested, people couldn't get their stuff out of Anchor. That it says better savings, but if you can't get your money out of Anchor to cover your loans or your over leveraged positions, you don't want to be in it. So Anchor, where is that? That at one point that was at £5.91. It's down 88%. That was about a year ago. That's fine, but it's up 10% from 7 hours ago. So that was its lowest point, all-time low. It's just reached that again. I think Anchor will have annoyed a lot of the people in there, and I see it was around about £1.70 in the last 7 days, 30 days. Yeah, it's been like maximum like £2. And now it's down to 70 pence, 62 pence it went down to yesterday. Again, so I think Anchor have burnt some bridges. Terra Luna has burnt its bridges. And UST, I think, isn't going to get its peg to the dollar back very quickly. And I think everyone's just going to go stuff this amount. So, yeah, with that, I think maybe Terra Luna may try and sell more Bitcoin, and if they do, they'll drop the Bitcoin price. Everyone's just falling out with Terra. Everyone thought it was the best thing in the world because they were getting huge APY for staking their coins, and like 20% and all that kind of stuff. But now, this is not a good day for them, and I don't see them coming. I don't see them coming back. Unless something changes, unless there's something brilliant that they come out and they save the world. But otherwise, if you've got anything in Terra, I would probably cash out now. If it goes up to £25, I'm cashing out myself. I only have one, so big deal for me. So yeah, I've lost £25. It was at £50. It's gone at 23. If it goes to 25, I'll cash that out. I didn't have any UST, but yeah, that just sounds too dodgy. If it's a stable coin that's not stable, and when it does become unstable, it ruins Bitcoin, I don't want to be part of that, or drops the Bitcoin price. I don't really want to be part of that. So that's me out of Terra and that ecosystem, and Anchor, not happening going on there. So that's why it's crashed. Where could the markets go from here? That is the question. So there has been a little bit of a bounce back. Bitcoin back up. It was down at 29,000 yesterday, dollars. For some reason, this has gone to dollars again. Ethereum went down a good bit as well. So I think I think that might have been the dump. I think if you managed to buy stuff yesterday, you got a good time. I was heavily buying Bitcoin and Ethereum and buying stuff on crypto.com app and all that kind of stuff, trying to get as much as possible, because I thought if it does dump more, I'm fine, because I know it's going to go higher, but this is a good entry point. I was happy getting all my stuff there. So my portfolio, where is it? Over here. Yeah, this at one point used to be £106,000. Is now down at 39. I've lost £66,000 in what, a year or something like that. I don't know. Absolutely horrendous. And this isn't my most up to date, but it's pretty close. So yeah, Crow, I sold a whole bunch of that when it was at 24 cents. So that's had a good little bounce back up. No, I sold at 24 pence. It's now at 23 cents. So that's Crow. Again, not happy. Not impressed with what they've been doing. But Solana, buying. So much so that I took out loans to buy more Solana. If you go to Solend, I'll find that. So Solend.finance. If you're in the Solana ecosystem, you can buy, lend, borrow, all that kind of stuff, tokens on Solend. And let's just connect my wallet, do that over here. And in here, so I started just borrowing USDC. So lots of that. Oh yeah, in fact, look at Solend. UST is, everybody's trying to get out of that or something. Total loan to value, nobody's wanting to borrow that. So I don't know. So I borrowed about $800 just yesterday, USDC, and I bought. So with USDC, I bought it on this, went over to Orca, and swapped that USDC for Solana. Took that Solana to Marinade Finance. Turned that Solana into MSOL, marinated Solana, and brought that Solana back in here to add to my supplied assets, and then repeated that a few times just now. I'm still feeling so good about this. I'm actually going to do it just now. So this is how easy it is. Let's say I'm going to borrow $100. I'm going to borrow $100. Borrow $100. Confirm this transaction. Because I just see Solana going up. I'm highly confident in that. And the little graphs on Solend shows you where your liquidation part is. So I am trying to keep it below 60% of my liquidation level here. So wait until this transaction is going on. I don't think there's anything saying it's going slow. But yeah, so this here is that I'm at 51% of my total supply. I don't want to take that above 60%, but let's say, have we borrowed $100 yet? While we're waiting for that, what we'll do, we'll go to Orca, which is where we swap our USDC. So connect wallet. I'm with the Phantom wallet. There, my $100 are in. Swap that for Solana. That gets me 1.4 for Solana, approve that, and then from there I go over to Marinade Finance, go to Start Staking Sol, go to Connect Wallet again, go to Phantom, and you can see I've got 1.6 Sol there, because I had a little bit of Solana in there, but yeah, that'll say all that transaction has been done. So I will click max. I won't do it all, but I'll do most of it. I'll leave 0.3 of a Solana in my account. So approve that. And you get less marinated Solana because it's magic. But when you cash it back out, it does stuff, and you get more back whenever you unstake it. Depending on how long you leave it in there. But there's currently 6% APY on this marinated Solana. So transaction has been sent, waiting for the transaction to be confirmed. What happens then is I go back to the protocol here, and as you can see, so I am at $971 that have been borrowed, which is currently at 2.54% APY. It's actually more than that, but we get rewards via other things. So in here, and then I'm going to supply some Sol. So I've currently got 20 Solend, and I will just come out here, click max. How have I got 5? Oh no, that's withdraw. Don't want to do that. Supply. And there's my 1.25 marinated Sol. Supply that. So, and we'll click confirm, approve, and you can see. So I'm at 57.68% of my supplying to borrowing. So it's a kind of yield farming going on here. But because I believe Solana at $72. I can see that going up to $100. Once it goes up to $100, $120, $130, I cash that out and pay off my debt, and then that will be, I get to keep more Solana at the end of that. So let's just refresh that, and there, that's it done. So that's me down. No, it's still sitting there. Come on, has it been done? Did it do it? Oh, Solana network experienced degraded performance, which may cause transactions to fail. Let's just give it another refresh. Is that right? 54. Yeah, that's it done. So it was at 57%. It's now down at 54%. So what that means is Solana, or my supplied assets, would have to go down. Solana would have to go from $72 down to around about $50 per coin for me to be at my liquidation level. Then it'd be squeaky bum time, and I'd either be cashing out, selling all my MSOL and all that kind of stuff, or supplying more assets to cover my my long position. So this is effectively how I'm taking a long position here. So I'm long on Solana, especially when it's at $72 per token at the moment. And to the point, I'm so long on it, I've taken nearly $1,000 borrowed to be able to buy more of it and stake it. And I also, so I make 2%. So with MSOL in here, it shows you MSOL, I get 1.5% as well on top of that. Some of it is in Solend token, and some of it is in marinated token. Blah blah blah, lots of things. Magic, free internet, magic internet money going on there. So there, that's what I'm doing, and that's how I am treating this this dump that we've had over the last day. And I'm longing Solana, but Kronos, not big on that anymore. Don't see that coming up too much, and certainly Luna and UST, bad times, and still further bad times ahead. And I think everyone hates them now, so don't buy them.